Do you believe that President Trump wants to have a weaker dollar? And what game plan would that bring to the United States?
Well, he has stated he wants a weaker dollar. He also wants lower interest rates. The two things obviously go together. But I view Donald Trump as a very capricious president. And so what he says today isn't necessarily what he wants tomorrow. So I think we have to take a rain check on actually what he's thinking. What I would say about Trump, however, is that he is a businessman who has made his wealth out of depreciating currencies. He's the classic, if you like, beneficiary of fiat currencies. He wants, he wants zero interest rates. It would just increase his paper wealth hugely. Now, whether he understands the implications of this, I would suspect he doesn't. He's not an economist. And as we can see over his trade policies. So whether he will drive that home or not, I don't know. But it does actually come back on to the September interest rate decision that the Fed faces. It has now become highly political because of what President Trump has said. My view on the dollar, however, is that it is in serious trouble. I think that the Treasury also realizes this, which is why they're making moves to try and replace foreign interest, particularly from China and Japan, in US Treasuries, because they're not buying. That is absolutely clear. And this is why they're trying to, if you like, pave the way for banks to be able to buy Treasuries. Now, the banks are going to be buying short-term stuff. I mean, T-bills and all the rest of it, because they won't want duration risk. I mean, that's not really something the bank wants at all. They've probably got enough duration risk on their loans into, if you like, the industrial sector and also into the property sector with mortgages and also the commercial real estate sector. So I think that, banks actually would be quite happy to buy T-bills, short-term T-bills, 3-month T-bills, no duration risk. And apart from anything else, the rate is higher than it is at the long end, or certainly at the 10-year level. So on that basis, I don't see an immediate funding problem for the US Treasury, even though the dollar is likely to be very weak. Now, having said that, the average duration of that mountain of debt is getting shorter and shorter and shorter, which means more and more of it has got to be rolled over. So all we're doing is delaying the inevitable in that sense. So, but coming back to the point about whether President Trump wants a weaker dollar or not, I think that if that has any chance of becoming reality in the minds of foreign investors, then I don't think they're going to hang around sitting on their approximately $40 trillion of financial investments and currency exposure in the US dollar. And that, I think, could generate a run on the dollar, which would be a lot more and a lot worse than anything that President Trump wishes to see.
Yeah, I've noticed that President Trump certainly wants growth and he wants that interest rate to go down, but I don't think he mentions anything about the inflation rate. And I think if American dollars are going to be sold down, you're going to get a high inflation rate.